Can't sleep? With the power of the humble game manual, I shall attempt to help you drift off to game-themed slumber. So relax, and let's revisit this relic of gaming days gone. Made Man. Introduction. Today's a big day for me. When it's all over, I'm either gonna be a made man or I'm gonna be dead. But before I get ahead of myself, let me tell you that if it's job security you're after, growing old and drawing a pension, a normal life, then you can stop reading right now. You'd be better off sticking to your 9-to-5 job, daytime TV, or whatever it is you normal people do all day. I guess I might have had a normal life, but then that would be a whole different story. They say that the mafia has more influence on the everyday, normal lives of New Yorkers than the government has ever had. It's also true that there was a time when absolutely nothing went down in New York that the families didn't know about or didn't have a hand in. But over the last 20 years, things have changed. Constant feuding and infighting has seen the families grow weak and lose their grip on power. No one respects or fears them the way they used to. So that gap has been filled by newer, younger, and hungrier players. The old ways are over. Organised crime has steadily become more ruthless and more deadly than it ever was. And guess what? I've been right in the middle of this change. And then there's Eggs. If it hadn't been for Johnny Eggs Biondo, there's just a chance I'd have been living a normal life. If it hadn't been for him and the gold, maybe I'd be a 2-bit nobody just like you. But he showed me a different life. A life that once you step into, you can never leave. So you want to know how an ordinary guy like me ends up living a very extraordinary life? Okay then, listen up. This is my story, and it's quite a ride. Joey Varola, July 1989, New York. Getting started. When the game starts, you'll be presented with the following options listed below. Use the directional buttons to cycle through the choices. Use the X button to select and the triangle button to return to the previous screen. Play game. Use this option to start the game. Load game. This allows you to select a saved game. Replay chapter. If you wish to replay any of the chapters you've completed, choose this option. Options. This allows you to change various game options. A submenu is presented with 3 further options: audio options, controller options, and difficulty. Audio options submenu. The audio options menu allows you to change the volume of the music volume, and the volume of the sound effects, SFX volume. Both options use slider bars to set the relevant volume level to the desired level. Use the left and right directional buttons to change the sliders. Pressing the triangle button will take you back to the options menu. Control options submenu. The control options menu allows you to change the orientation of the up-down, right analog stick movement, and enable or disable the vibration feature of the controller. Pressing the triangle button will take you back to the options menu. Difficulty submenu. The game supports 3 levels of difficulty. Choose the level you're most comfortable with. Pressing the triangle button will take you back to the options menu. Playing the game. Moving, running, and crouching. Move Joey using the left analog stick. Pushing the left analog stick fully in any direction will make Joey run in that direction. Small movements make Joey walk and strafe. Pressing the L2 button will make Joey crouch. Pressing the L2 button while Joey is crouched will make him stand up again. Opening doors. Use the circle button to open doors. Zooming the camera. To zoom in for a better view of the target, press the R2 button. Pressing R2 again will return to normal view. Note, Joey can't run while zoom mode is active. Health bar. This bar shows how much health Joey has at any time. It depletes as he receives damage, but can be topped up by collecting medicine bottles and medikits. When Joey's health is exhausted, it's time to start again. Kill rack. Elements of the kill rack indicator change to blue as Joey kills enemies. When it's totally blue, the player can activate Kill Rush by pressing the triangle button. At any time during Kill Rush, the player can exit the mode by pressing this button again. Jump to cover. The jump to cover shows the player which direction Joey will leap if the X button is pressed. The marker is only shown in situations where Joey can perform this maneuver. When in cover, Joey will become locked to the cover and will be able to slide along it as well as fire over and around it. The player can make Joey leave cover at any time by hitting the X button again. Effective use of cover is essential to avoid Joey being seen by his enemies. Aiming and shooting. Use the right analog stick to aim the crosshairs. The R1 button fires the currently selected weapon or performs a melee attack if Joey is unarmed or carrying a hand-to-hand weapon. Using a fixed weapon. To use a stationary weapon, use the circle button to start and stop. A first-person view is provided for these weapons. Throwing. To use projectile weapons, Molotov cocktails, pipe bombs and grenades, hold the L1 button to determine the throw distance and then release. Reloading. To manually reload your currently selected weapon, press the square button. Note, Joey will automatically reload his weapon should it run out of ammo, and the player attempts to let off a further shot, assuming he has ammo in reserve. Joey can also lash out at enemies with his currently held weapon, Weapon Whip, by pressing the circle button. Changing weapons. To change the gun Joey is using, press the up and down directional buttons to cycle through your available guns. Joey can only carry 3 types of gun at once, but he can carry 2 of each type to allow him to wield both at the same time. If he has 2 guns of the same type, the dual indicator will be displayed next to the weapon icon. Pressing the right directional button will make Joey wield both the weapons. Pressing the right directional button again will switch back to a single gun. Note, using 2 guns simultaneously uses twice the normal amount of ammo, but it also inflicts twice the damage. Pressing the left directional button will holster the currently selected weapon. Pressing it again will allow Joey to get out his last used weapon. Weapons in use. Joey starts each chapter with weapons that are relevant to that part of the story. In some chapters, he only has his bare hands to start with. Look out for weapons in the environment or beat enemies to obtain their guns. The screen display shows the weapon Joey is currently holding. Also shown is the number of rounds in the weapon before he needs to reload, and the total number of rounds the player has for that weapon. Dual indicator. If the player has collected 2 of the same type of weapon, the dual indicator, the ×2 arrow next to the weapon, will be displayed. By pressing the directional button, the player can wield a weapon in each hand. Note, Not all weapons can be dual-wielded, and you can only hold a weapon in each hand if you have collected 2 identical guns. Collecting and discarding weapons. To pick up an item, simply run Joey over it. The only exception to this rule is when the player wishes to swap one of his 3 weapons for a new one. To do this, stand over the desired weapon and hold the square button to swap it for the currently selected weapon. Ammunition. Each weapon available to Joey has its own associated ammunition type. Picking up an ammo pack by running over it will add it to Joey's ammo reserve. Only if he has that type of weapon in his arsenal. Otherwise, the ammo cannot be picked up. The ammunition in discarded guns can also be picked up if Joey already has a full arsenal. Kill rush. As Joey kills opponents, he fills his kill rack. When it's totally filled, the player can activate Kill Rush by pressing the triangle button. Kill Rush slows the game down, allowing Joey to dispatch his enemies more easily. During Kill Rush, Joey will not expend ammunition while firing, and the kill rack becomes a timer showing the player how much time is left. Kill Rush ends when either the timer runs out or the player presses the triangle button again. Retort kill. Some characters will taunt Joey when they're injured. Use the circle button to finish them off. Such mercy killings boost Joey's health. Exiting the game. Press the start button to pause the game. You'll be presented with a menu selection with the following options: Continue, Save, Restart, Options, and Quit. Continue allows you to carry on at the point where you press Start. Save Game allows you to save the current game. Restart Chapter returns Joey to the start of the current chapter. The Options menu allows you to change the audio volume and orientation of the Y-axis. Quit Game will exit the game. Available weapons. The following is a full list of weapons available in the game, together with the ammunition required for that gun. Note that you can replenish your ammunition, for some cases infinitely. Other boxes are strictly limited to their contents. Semi-automatic handgun. The gangster's favourite. So don't leave home without at least one of these. Fast, accurate, and when used in dual mode, devastating. This gun is also available with a silencer for those quiet jobs. Revolver. The redneck's choice. It's easily concealed and readily available. This isn't a great weapon, but sometimes you've got to use what's to hand. .5 caliber. They should rename this gun the Problem Solver. Don't let the small clip capacity turn you off. This can sort things out with minimal trigger action. Submachine gun. This is the perfect gun for when you're outnumbered. A good left to right sweep across a crowd will resolve any nasty situation. Machine pistol. When subtlety is not required, this weapon does the job. It's not got massive impact, but it can buy you time when a mob appears. Assault rifle. The choice of the Viet Cong. When you're stuck in a rat tunnel with a bunch of angry Charlie between you and the barracks, fight back with their favourite weapon. Automatic rifle. With a good scope, pinpoint accuracy, and a generous enough clip, it's hard not to enjoy this beautiful creation. Sniper rifle. An outdoor gun for those long-range strategic shots. Pump action shotgun. This is guaranteed to make a mess of any close-up enemies. Sawn-off shotgun. If carrying a shotgun is too clumsy, Use this one in each hand for best results. Mounted gun. The bad news is that it cannot be carried. The good news is that it has unlimited ammunition. Press the circle button to use. Sword. No clips or reloads to worry about here. Just slice your way through any aggressor. Crowbar. You'll need to stand next to the guy you're dropping, and after a few whacks round the head, he's not gonna look too pretty. Molotov cocktail. This explosive concoction burns, hurts, and kills. Perfect if you want to stop the approach of a large group. Grenade. When shooting is not an option, drop one of these down a hole or through a window to deliver the required result. Pipe bomb. These crude explosives can still cause a real mess. Other collectible items. The following items are hidden in the environment. Medicine bottle. Use this to replenish half of Joey's health. Medikit. Use this to replenish all of Joey's health. Body armor. Protects Joey from most bullet damage, for a while.